perfect scenario. You get past Caleb Plant in devastating fashion, right? What's your next move?
I think definitely the next move has to be Canelo. I mean, they mandated the fight, the winner of this. I mean, I've been mandatory for the past 3 fights. I won the interim belt. Now this fight, the mandatory wins. The winner is mandatory for Canelo. So that's what it has to be, man. And if he doesn't want to fight me, then he has to vacate the belt. But I feel like it will be a big opportunity missed because the fans want to see this fight. It's a big fight. And may the best man win. I'm not gonna say nothing about anybody. It's just that whoever wants it more wins. You know what I mean? And I'm not scared to put my will against other people because I know my will is stronger than anybody and I cannot be broken. So I'm ready to fight whoever. I would love to get a fight in with Charlo too, maybe. I think that would be a great fight. Canelo, maybe David Morel or Andre. You know, I feel like if those fights can't be made, I think it's time to go up to 175.
Yeah, and I definitely want to get into that with you too. It's no secret, right? Canelo Alvarez, sometimes it looks like that the sanctioning body let him do pretty much what he wants to do. I mean, we all see it. So if he's able to stall it out, you know, because you've been in mandatory, 2 times before? So
Yeah.
if he's able to stall it out and you're not able to get a fight with Canelo Alvarez, would you look to move up to 175 if you could get a big fight with Bivol or Bitterbeef, or would you look to, you know, take a David Morel or, you know, I don't know what's going on with Charlo.
I feel like we just have to see. The main thing is this fight. I'm very, I'm just concentrating this fight. There's a lot of big fights to be made at 168, but like I said, if those guys, like a lot of them, bro, they just do too much shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like Charlo, that would be a perfect fight. In my book, the perfect scenario would be me after I beat Caleb Plant to fight with Charlo, pay-per-view. That would also be a big fight. Then after that, the winner gets Canelo. You know what I mean? So, but I can't speak on other men's behalf. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm ready for. And, if they're ready for it, then cool, let's get it.
Yeah, man, that Canelo fight could possibly be the biggest fight in boxing. You know, right now we didn't get Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Don't look like we're going to get that fight. Then you got Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, man, great fight. I don't know if you heard, they look like that they having some discrepancies now. We don't know what's going to happen with that. And you and Canelo probably would be the biggest fight in boxing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, because everybody wants to see that fight, bro. And I'm not just saying it because it's me, but I've heard a lot of people. A lot of people a lot of people are divided. You know what I mean? And it's funny because I think it is, and it shouldn't even be like this, bro. I think this shit should just happen already for boxing. Like, why the fuck are we keeping these people waiting so long? I think it's hurting boxing as a sport, to be honest, bro. In a perfect scenario, I feel like every boxing promoter needs to get together and make something happen, bro. Because these fights are really taking forever to happen. I mean, this fight with me and Plant, I feel like it's perfect time now, but it should have been happened like 2 years ago, man. To be honest with you, so I don't know. I just gotta focus on myself, keep working hard, and keep winning, and then these opportunities will come.
It looks like you're going to have to look vulnerable for Canelo to get in there with you. I don't see that happening no time soon. Going back to Jemall Charlo, right? Jemall Charlo, you and him had kind of the same thing that you and Caleb got going on, man. And the fans was screaming for that fight. Like, we really wanted to see that fight. You really wanted to fight. I don't really think he wanted to fight like that, but that's not for me to say, But with all that being said, Jemall Charlo, reports been coming out that he don't know when he's gonna get back in the ring.
I've heard of that he has like personal problems and all that. And to be honest, I wish him the best. I hope he gets back. He's better mentally, physically. And I'm the type of fighter that I'm not gonna lie to myself. For me to elevate to a different level, I need him. I need that name on my resume. So I don't know, man. I just feel like he's wasting way too much time, bro. There's a lot of big fights, and not even just with me. There's a lot of fights you can be making with other people too. And at the end of the day, bro, if you're not gonna do it for yourself, do it for your fans. Because the fans have been here since the beginning. I'm sure he's had fans supporting him since he was young. You know what I mean? So if you're not doing it for yourself, do it for the fans, man, because the fans really deserve these fights.
Now, going back to, Canelo and Bivol, we saw what happened. We saw what happened at 175. Now Canelo is trying to get Bivol to come down to 168 and fight him at 168 with all the belts on the line. So if that does happen at 168, first of all, how do you feel about Canelo trying to get him to come down to 168 instead of fighting him at the weight that he lost at? And man, what you think about that fight at 168?
To be honest, I think Bivol be actually more sharp. He has heavy hands, so at 175, he's a heavier puncher. But if he has to get down to 168, then he's going to be an even faster puncher. I've sparred Bivol. He's really good. We had some amazing spar sessions. So hopefully, if he wins that fight, or if they fight at 168, I don't mind fighting Bivol. I mean, if you ever heard, ask around. I'm not going to say it right here, but we had some good ass sparring sessions. You know what I mean? But,
right. Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, we had some good ones. But I won't shy away from that. He's a great fighter and he's a great person. I'll definitely fight him. But I still think he beats Canelo, to be honest with you. At 168, I think he'll move around even more and he'll be even faster. So I think that spells even more trouble for Canelo.
So we might be seeing you and Bivol 168 undisputed. And honestly, I think that, I don't know what Bivol would do if he just dropped the titles, and that kind of would be the worst case scenario if he did get all the titles and then drop them. Yeah. Because now what happens, the titles are all spread out. It's the politics of boxing. For sure, you're gonna grab one, but I know you would rather be able to fight all of them undisputed.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Hopefully the fight with him and Bivol, hopefully it stays at 175. Because I think that's what he would do too. If Bivol gets him, he would probably drop him. I think he just wants to beat Canelo. I don't think he gives a fuck about 168. I think he just wants to beat Canelo and then go back up. Because you got to see it too. He has a big fight at 175 with Benavidez. So you know what I mean? So why would he stay at 68 when he beats Canelo when he could go to 75 and have that mega fight? So I don't know. The good thing is, bro, we got a lot of good fights coming. And I mean, you guys are in for a ride this year because this year some great fights are going to be put out.
Yeah, man. You got Edgar Berlanga. I know in the past you had been calling out Edgar Berlanga. He's a free agent now. Is that a fight you still look at, or you kind of past that fight now?
Nah.
The best is yet to come. But if you want to see the rest of this interview, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit my like button, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss when I drop the rest of this interview and the rest of my content that I'm dropping on the daily. And oh yeah, y'all know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone. You see the European grills, so the lips glitz, tank full of Theraflu, cause I be in them sick whips. Brick slip, roll with me, get your contact. High definition popping, flipping out the armrest. See, I'm a rider, dipping in the Canelo. Just got it fitted on some shit I need a ladder for.